Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief keeps you informed about what's happening in Annapolis, Anne Arundel County, and Maryland. Local news, local sports, local events, local opinion, and, of course, local weather. Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief starts now.
Good morning. It's Friday, March 18th, 2022. This is John Frenaye, and this is your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief. I hope you all had a safe and enjoyable St. Paddy's Day, and with today being Friday and the last DNB for the week, and Sunday being the first official day of spring, I am in a pretty good mood today. So let's get into today's news, shall we? I hope it's just my imagination, but it seems that there seems to be an awful lot more violence this year. The latest, a St. Patrick's Day shooting that injured a 17-year-old girl in Glen Burnie. It happened yesterday at about 4 a.m. in the 6,000 block of Harris Heights. The Anne Arundel County Police got a call for a reported shooting, and on arrival, they found a 17-year-old female with a gunshot wound to her torso. She was treated on the scene and transported to an area hospital with non-life-threatening injuries, so that's good. There is no suspect information at this time, and the detectives do believe that this was a targeted incident and not some random act. So I guess there's that. Police have also released a few more details on that BWMC murder-suicide we told you about yesterday morning. On Wednesday at about 5:30 p.m., 24-year-old Kintel McEachin got into a fight with his father after visiting a relative in the hospital. The younger McEachin pulled a handgun and shot his 39-year-old father, Kentrell McEachin Sr., several times, killing him. Hospital personnel did rush out to the scene and administered first aid, but the older McEachin passed away at the scene. Police put out a bolo, be on the lookout, for the younger McEachin, and Baltimore County Police discovered him deceased in a wooded area near Windsor Mill. It appeared that he had a self-inflicted gunshot wound, and the handgun, presumably used in the murder, was recovered at that scene as well. Just a really sad situation all the way around. Following up on the Ever Forward, it is ever going nowhere. That's that 1,000-foot-long cargo ship with 5,000 containers on it that ran aground off of Gibson Island. Well, no one really knows how they're going to get it free. At best, authorities say it will be a few weeks. The executive director of the Port of Baltimore sent out a tweet yesterday saying that refloating it will require salvage teams, divers, and a U.S. Navy architect team. The Coast Guard is, meanwhile, trying to figure out how the hell the captain managed to do that. But let's be real here. I can't name a single boater that hasn't run aground in the Chesapeake Bay at some point, the only difference being the size of the boat. I guess the bright side of all this is that it is not in the shipping channel, and there does not appear to be any environmental damage or any leaks. So there's the good news. Just like gasoline, it seems that the cost of natural gas and electricity is also on the rise. Since February of 21 and February of 22, electricity has jumped 18.4%, which is the largest jump in 14 years. Natural gas is up about 21%. So you want to be prepared and keep an eye on those BG&E bills, and you may need to make some habit changes before anyone gets swamped with crazy expensive BGE bills. Hey, music lovers, some big news for you. The Preakness Infield Fest is coming back, and it will not be in the crazy pods they had last year. We're unsure if there's going to be any capacity restrictions or not, but my guess is no. The fest is scheduled for May 21st, and as always, the same day as the Chesapeake Bay Blues Fest here at Sandy Point Park. But headlining this year, once again, apparently huge names that mean absolutely nothing to me. Marshmello, The Chainsmokers, Moneybag Yo, and DJ Frank Walker. Tickets are on sale now at $65 a pop, with $1.99 for VIP. And as we begin to wrap it up, let's talk about a couple of happenings around town that are coming up. On Saturday, it is the sold-out Annapolis Maritime Museum and Park's oyster roast and sock burning. No ticky, no goey. But also on Saturday, it is the grand opening of the historic Annapolis's new museum at the foot of Main Street, 99 Main Street to be exact. It goes from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. You'll have half off admission, and you really ought to go check this one out and make sure you suggest it to all of your guests that come visit as well. The Annapolis Oyster Fest is running through Sunday, and I do have some tickets for a dozen oysters at the participating restaurants. So if you would like a dozen oysters, courtesy of the Annapolis Oyster Fest, get in touch with me. We're probably going to have to find a way to connect or to leave them at a drop point somewhere in Annapolis because they do expire on Sunday. And Sunday is the beginning of Annapolis Restaurant Week. Pro tip here, make reservations in advance. And you want to check out all the special menus and the participating places at AnnapolisRestaurantWeek.com. And make sure you tune in all next week because I'm going to have a lot of gift cards to give away. And following that, on March 31st through April 3rd, it is the 10th annual Annapolis Film Festival. You want to be sure to listen to the pod that we dropped a little bit ago with Lee and Patty about this year's festival. And finally, the first true festival of the year, I say it's a festival up at the fairgrounds, kicks off on April 2nd. This will be the Maryland Chicken Wing Festival. Tickets are on sale now, and they are going fast. You want to go to abceventsinc.com, and I got to say, I am really digging seeing things returning to normal. And that's it for the news, but here is some podcast news for you. Up tomorrow on the Local Business Spotlight, Wild Kid Acres, and then next weekend, Changing Patterns Psychotherapy. Another really interesting one. Done. And as always, thank you for listening. And if you are somewhere where you can leave a rating or a review, please do. And make sure that you let your friends, family, and colleagues all know to give us a follow. It really does help us grow. A quick thank you to our sponsors for today's Daily News Brief: Solar Energy Services, the Kristi Neidhardt Team of Northrop Realty, a Long and Foster Company, Alpha Engineering, and Rehab to Perform. It's Friday, so I'm going to take this time just to say have a great weekend, be nice to others, do something fun, and keep on shopping local. Other than that, we'll see you on Monday when it is officially spring. Now hang tight. George Young from DCMDVA Weather is here with your locally forecast weather report. All of that in just a bit.
Hello, energy consumers. This is Rick Peters, president of Solar Energy Services. With all the talk of energy resilience in the news recently, I'm surprised there's not more talk about solar plus batteries, especially since 1/3 of all of our new residential solar projects include a battery backup system that provides instant energy security and peace of mind. And with incentives in place for battery backup, this investment is now more affordable than ever. With financing rates as low as 0.99% and plans offering 18 months same as cash, it's now easier than ever to go solar with no money down. Financing creates an easy bill swap scenario where you replace your electric bill with a loan payment, allowing you to build equity in your own personal energy supply. Don't wait for your next power outage to act. Contact us today at 410-923-6090 or visit us at solarsaves.net to learn more about solar with battery backup. Don't wait another minute. Sunshine's a wasted.
Sunshine, sunshine, nothing else can make me feel so fine.
When you live near Annapolis, you know how fickle the weather can be. So you need a truly local forecast that's accurate and reliable. Forecast right here in Annapolis. DCMDVA Weather is not just for today, but for the rest of the week and the weekend too. Now here's George Young of DCMDVA Weather with the weather outlook for today and beyond.
Hey everyone, this is George with DCMDVA Weather, and this is your Eye on Annapolis forecast for Friday, March 18th. Yesterday brought a bit of rain to the Annapolis region, which is always a good thing for the ground layer and the soil when it's not too much at once. While we will see more rain overnight tonight and tomorrow, the overall setup today through Tuesday is for nice conditions. Look for plenty of sunshine today after some fog and AM clouds burn off with afternoon highs in the upper 60s to mid 70s, with temps staying warm in the 70s. 4 p.m. highs Saturday, though we will likely see some additional rain and maybe a PM storm as a low pressure center moves by to the northwest of the region through the Great Lakes area, which will help clear skies out for Sunday, with temps near 60 for PM highs to be followed by more sun Monday and Tuesday, with Monday's highs 65 to 70 degrees ahead of PM highs 60 to 65 on Tuesday, before more rain showers return on Wednesday and Thursday, with the early outlook for next Friday and the weekend to be sunny and nice again as we get into the last portion of March 2022. Okay, that's it for today and this week. This is George Young of DCMDVA Weather. Make it a great day and weekend out there. Stay healthy and be safe. And be sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter for regular updates each day, as well as through our website at dcmdvaweather.info. And definitely download our DCMDVA Weather app on all of your devices from either the Apple or Google App Stores. so you can always stay weather informed.
Another moving moment from Kristi Neidhardt of the Kristi Neidhardt Team from Northrop Realty, a Long and Foster company.
So maybe you've heard by now, the real estate market is hot. Actually, on fire might be a better term. And if you've been thinking about changing your address lately, but need to get your house market ready, here are a few simple tips to make your house shine. Clear the clutter. Basically making your house look like no one lives there when you still live there. Removing everything from kitchen and bathroom countertops is a great start. Give your house a deep clean. We're not just talking about a simple dust and vacuum. Think of this as detailing your house. Get into those hard-to-reach places, especially in the rooms buyers will focus on, like the kitchen and bathrooms, and power wash the outside walkways and decks. A fresh coat of paint can go a long way. Light gray and white trim is a safe choice. And finally, talk to us. The Kristi Neidhardt Team can help you find things you might not notice around your house that can make a huge difference in your sale price.
That's another moving moment from Kristi Neidhardt. To get in touch, call 410-295-6579 or visit kn-team.com. That's kn-team.com.
Are you an active adult or competitive athlete dealing with an injury keeping you from being at your best? Then Rehab to Perform is here to get you back to your full potential. R2P is a unique fitness-focused physical therapy company with 4 locations in Maryland. More like a training room and a personal training studio than a medical facility. R2P offers physical therapy for lower back pain, overuse injuries, post-surgery, muscle pulls, chronic pain, and more. R2P also offers rehabilitation for concussions and mild traumatic brain injuries. To learn more, visit rehabtoperform.com.
You've been listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Tell your friends and colleagues, this is the podcast where you can keep up on the latest with what's going on in Annapolis and Anne Arundel County. And don't forget about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find even more information. And make sure you follow us on Facebook at All Annapolis and on Twitter at Eye on Annapolis. This Daily News Brief podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 6 a.m.